Hey everybody, welcome back. We are on day 2 of January class. Let me hide my banner. There we go. Just going to give you guys a minute or so to get on here. So I just realized that, let me get over to comments. I just realized that I had my phone plugged in and it is, I don't think it's charging with this little thing that I have. I mean, it's a cord that goes into my lamp. So we shall see. It went into low power mode. Hopefully, let me test. Hey, Sue. Let me see how it looks, because if it starts to look terrible. All right, there we go. Solo layout. Okay. So I'm going to have to keep checking up top here to see if it cuts out. It's going to be a problem. So let's just get to it. All right. So today we're going to do, hey, Molly. Hey, Deborah. Today is day 2 of January class. So yesterday we did our cute frame, which I did clean up my glass and I love it. It's nice and clean, and I may have to go back in here and add a little bit more glue to the paper, but I love it. So cute. So tonight we're going to make 2 sets of cards. So 4 cards total and 2 different treat containers for lovey-dovey day or Valentine's or whatever. So let's get started and hope my camera doesn't run out of juice. All right, so here I just wanted to give you another look at my frame, the completed frame. Let's look at all the goodness, and it really does look nice. Hey, Rose. So this is what we made last night, our 8x8 sampler. And I have to go back to the description in Facebook, I think, and make sure the link is there to the Amazon where I bought the frame. I thought I updated it, but then I went and checked today and it wasn't there. So I'm going to have to double check that. But so that was quick yesterday. And then this information is posted on my blog. This is just all the details about the class if you want the make and take packet. Hey, Darlene. It's basically you buy the 2 things, the paper and the bundle, or $54 of anything else, and I send you the packet for free. And you have to use the hostess code that is on my page. This ink, I don't even know what's going on with that, but it's all on my blog, ToniStamps.blogspot.com. So check that. All right, let's get to it. So we're still using our Sweethearts dies, which is all of these. And a little heart. And I'm actually using some from the Bouquet of Love also. Our Sweet Conversation set and our designer paper. All right. So you are going to need, for our first set of cards, actually, let me get my scratch paper in here. Let me just fold this in half. So we're going to use, this one's the Bouquet of Love dies. This is the embossing folder. Here we go. So this is what we're making first. So you're going to get all the doodad pieces. You're going to have to cut your own designer series paper. All right. So you're going to want this piece. This has all the candy and lollies on it. This is 3 7/8. Let me double check myself. 3 7/8. Yep. By 5 1/8. So you're going to want that piece. Then you're going to want this piece that is 3 7/8 by 2 1/2. Then this is what your kit's going to include: an envelope, real red, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 card base, white 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside, blushing bride 4 by 5 1/4. That's what we're going to layer on. Then you're also going to get this heart that is already die cut and embossed with the Bouquet of Love. This is one of the 3D hybrid folders, so it cuts and embosses at the same time. And then I've already cut this label. So you can make this wedding, thinking of you, hello, birthday, you know, whatever you want. Like I have 2 people that have their birthdays are on Valentine's Day. So I could make this a birthday card. But for the sake of today, I'm just going to make it a Valentine's. So let's fold this in half and shove it down in here. Where did my bone folder go that I just had? Oh, here we go. So again, real red and blushing bride. That's our colors. All right, and we were going to put the white on the inside. And again, 4 by 5 1/4 standard inside bit. I tell you guys, it was cold when I was coming home from work tonight. 21. I know it's no like 4 degrees, Deborah, like in Minnesota, but it's still pretty cold for us. All right, now when we layer these pieces, I like to layer the designer paper on the designer paper first. And that is just in case I didn't cut it quite flush. I can trim it off before I put it on here. Because if I was to glue these together first and then go and add this one, and if this is a little wonky, wah, wah, then it's kind of hosed. So let's tape this on. Now for the sample, I put it like in the middle. For this one, I think I'm just going to do something a little different and bring it a little lower, just because that's a different look. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not measuring it. And I can see it's a little wonky. So, see, it's a good thing I didn't put that on there. So let me take a little swipe at this because it must be even. That little piece would have messed me up. All right, and now I can glue this on to our blushing bride. I tell you, when they put some colors together, sometimes at first I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that. Like blushing bride with petal pink and real red. I was not exactly convinced until I got these papers in my hand. All right, and now this I'm just gluing on flat to our card front. So you're going to make 2 of these. So that's 4 cards total. All right. Now we're going to take a little bit of the, you're going to get a yard of this real red faux linen. I'm just going to tie a bow right from my spool. And I do have a fancy little bow maker, but I can do this right by hand. All right, cute, tiny, small enough. And if you are making these later, any ribbon will do, any red ribbon, any white ribbon. You can even color your ribbon. So don't let that hold you up. All right, now I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals and we're going to stamp our greeting. Happy Valentine's Day. This is from the Sweet Conversations and it fits exactly in this. This die came from the bouquet of love. So right here, this bigger one. So far I've used this quite a bit. I'm happy with that. Like I didn't get the stamp set that goes with this. So I'm happy that there's quite a lot that's fitting in this. All right, now I just got to drag it closer to my face. Nice. And then I'm going to let that dry for just a sec and clean this up because I think I am using this again. I can't remember exactly. All right, so we'll put this over here and get busy popping this up. So I'm just going to pop this heart up, add our bow with glue dots, and then we'll finish it with some rhinestones. All right, that looks like enough. Now, if you did not want to use these designer papers, you have your own. So you don't have to pick the same ones that I did. Like if you're really against this, you have choices. All right, let's stick this on. And I'm going to use 2 glue dots. 1 will probably do, but I like using 2 of them just to be sure. All right, and then this should be dry enough. Now this one, nope, I'm still going to stick with it like right down here. I thought for a minute, oh, I might change that. No, unnecessary. All right, let's put this on down here. So I'm only putting the dimensionals on this side because it's going to hang over right there. So actually what I can do is just put a little blob of glue. And let's put this down. Looks good, straightish. Just want to hold that down there for a minute. And then we're going to add some of our red rhinestones. So like I said, you're going to get like an assortment of the red and the clear rhinestones. And you may have other doodads or gems that you want to use at home already. That's up to you. And just a few. So that is our first set of Valentines. And yep, white on the middle. Both of those. So, ooh, let me put these glue dots away. So that's our first set of cards. And let me double check. I wish I could see from the phone like a battery percentage. Yeah, Rose, I wasn't a fan of the stamps that went with the bouquet of love. I mean, it's okay, but it's all like wedding, anniversary, like a bunch of stuff that I just, I wasn't feeling it. But I knew I could do a lot of different stuff with just the dies. So that's cool. All right, next card. So I wanted to go a different color route with this one. So we're doing So Saffron and Highland Heather. And this is the gingham folder. So your Highland Heather piece is already going to be embossed. And let me bring this closer. Can we see the pattern there? Yep, there we go. Now you're going to get, ooh, where did I put all my little hearts? I am probably going to have to stamp and, all right, I'm going to have to drag out my cut and emboss machine because I realized I didn't cut out my hearts. So we've got a So Saffron base, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to put this under here. I can't believe I didn't cut a extra set of those pieces. Oh, wait, here we go. Well, this just means I planned for this. So you'll get a quarter sheet like this with the corner cut off. And that means when I have this in my classes, that means you're going to stamp and or punch or cut something out of that. So that's a quarter sheet we'll stamp on. Then I have another piece of white for the inside, 4 by 5.25. Rose, yeah, more funerals and weddings. I hear you. Yep. Hey, Gail. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out over there on the YouTubes. I'm happy to have people watching from both. I mean, that's the whole point of getting this software, right? The StreamYard. All right. Now, again, I'm going to attach my designer paper first in case it hangs over. So let's get our ruler. This should be 4 by 2. So if you want a different pattern, you can use whatever. You've got a whole paper. And you'll find, like, from making the sampler, I wanted to make the sampler first because I wanted us to have all kinds of choices. But then you can make your cards. There's lots of little scrap pieces that you can use. So you may not want this pattern. You may want something else. And it's available. All right. And this looks like I just have to trim a smidge. There we go. That really stinks that I thought I had a pile of hearts already made, especially with my phone that's going to be low power shortly. All right, let's hurry up and do these. But I do have my tag, so let's do our greeting. And we need those stripes again. So this stripes, not the stripes, this little row of hearts. We're going to do Blushing Bride and Highland Heather. And I'm going to do the greeting first, just so I have room for that. and then the hearts will fill in. All right, let's make sure this is right side up. And that's a little farther away from my face. Okay, looks like I got it pretty straight. All right, Highland Heather and Blushing Bride. You could use any color for your hearts. And these 3 hearts fit right across the bottom. Cute. All right. Now I got to pull some more colors. So for my heart colors, I pulled these right from the designer paper. So we've got Pool Party, the Petal Pink, Granny Apple Green. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, Jamie, totally non-traditional. So Saffron, and then the Blushing Bride. So let me pull those. And since I failed to stamp and cut ahead of time, you guys are going to have to suffer through me cutting these. All right, so I've got my one plate, my cut plate, and then my other plate. All right, let's start. No. Granny Apple Green. So let's do these hearts. I've got everything still mounted. And I'm just going to follow the same exact patterns. So I'm going to do the middle one in, or the smaller one in Pool Party and Granny Apple Green. Pool Party. And I am going to try to stack these so I can cut multiples at the same time, like a small, a medium, and then a large, and then a small, medium, large, whatever. All right, so that's Pool Party. Then I need Granny Apple Green, which Granny Apple Green, I mean, it just seems weird, but you can see in the paper, that's that. Like I said earlier, they do some interesting color combinations. All right, Granny Apple Green. Put that back. And the medium, we're going to go with So Saffron. And I know I probably don't have to go through all of this. You guys have seen me stamping and die cutting stuff, but I want to finish the whole thing for you. All right, and that is the only, so I did 5 hearts, odd number. And then we'll have the large one in the Blushing Bride and the Petal Pink. And I don't know if you can tell that this is a distinctive set. So you get that variation. You know, it looks shadowed, built in. All right, and then Petal Pink. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this cord because I use it to charge my phone and my iPad all the time. And when I plugged it in today, it didn't, you know, bloop. It's supposed to beep, and it didn't beep. So I don't know what's up with that. And then my low power mode came on. It's a whole bunch of drama. All right, let's get our dies. I'm gonna have small, medium, large, and I am gonna use a Post-it to hold things in place because that's what I do. All right, let's open this. And we're going to get these down here. Now, I tell you guys, the treat holders that we're going to do next, super cute. And one of them is Sue's idea. The only thing, I think I changed some of the measurements because I didn't do it right at first, but then I liked it. So I was like, oh, I'll keep it. All right. Now, I'm going to just tape these on. And if I don't get them exactly right, I'm not going to cry about it. All right, medium and small. And if you wanted to add your, like the words to these, to make them conversation hearts, go for it. All right, let's get this going. Oh, I can tell already that one of these did not cut right. Like my Post-it did not stay in place. Oh. All right, let's cut this one again. Or a big one. So the little one did not stay in place with my crappy old Post-it note. I do have masking tape too. But I thought, I don't need that. That's a little too crazy. All right, let's put these back on. Just trying to eyeball to get them. You know what? Let me just put this where I want it. And we'll try again. All right. So Jamie, are you making your frames? You said you're going to make some for Christmas. Are you going to make them Christmas theme, or are you going to make like a frame and then have different inserts for like the different holidays that they can change out? Because I don't think I ever made a frame. I mean, I've made some and gave to my mom, but I didn't give her like one that I change out. Like the one that I have downstairs that I don't change out often enough. And I made like 10 different inserts. Rose, you love the granny apple with the pinks. Oh, I know. The granny apple goes nice with the pinks. All right, now we got one little one to cut. All right, this didn't go too bad. One more. And I apologize if this is shaking everything. That's just how it goes. Do one, you want to do different inserts for each month. Yep. I think I ended up making a bunch of different inserts. I don't know that I ended up with one for every month because there wasn't necessarily like a theme. You know how like Easter sometimes is in March, sometimes it's in April. I know I did a spring one, and I think I did March for as St. Patrick's Day. But somehow I didn't end up with 12 different ones. But you will come up with something clever, I'm sure. All right, this done. Hey, Barbara. Barbara, I'm glad you're here because I was going to tell everyone next week on Tuesday, I'm going to do like an impromptu. I mean, not impromptu because I'm planning it, but it's not my normal thing. But I'm going to show you how I trim my stamps and how I fix older wooden ones, like that maybe you got secondhand or something. And then how to change them over from wood to cling mount. So like if you've got some like me that are like 20 years old, and you may want to switch them from wood to something else, I'm going to go over that Tuesday. All right, and this heart looks like I chopped it up a little bit. Jamie, you will get it done, girl. Who are you kidding? You have ideas for miles, and you will do it. All right, so we've got our 5. So yeah, Tuesday, I'm going to do the trimming and mounting stamps. All right, now let's just glue this on. And I don't trim the photopolymers so much. The only time I will cut them apart, very rarely, but like I did with that celebration set, the Hello Friend, I had to cut that apart because I wanted that hello separately. And the friend, because I want to have like happy birthday friend, hey friend, you know, different sayings. And I didn't want to have to ink it up like with a marker. All right, so we've got our little piece here that we're going to pop up. Great, Barbara. Yeah, I was hoping you could make it, but I mean, even if you couldn't, there's always, you know, watching it later. But after we talked last week when we were messaging, I thought that would be a good idea that maybe would help other people too, just to know. Because I've taken a lot of my old wood ones and change them over to cling mount. Now that's something that Stampin' Up! Does not sell, the cling mount material. But, you know, that's not the end of the world. It's available. Google will tell you exactly where to find it. All right, now I'm going to put my hearts in the same spot just because I'm not interested in changing things up right now. And let me look at my phone. It doesn't look like anything bad is happening with the power. So that's good. And then we will, let's see, chop these up. Ooh, too long. I thought 3 would do it. All right. Let's do one more. Little one. And here. I had to crack up. I don't know if Penny's here, but she made me laugh last night when she commented that about the sampler. She said, all I see are 9 card fronts. I would never give that to anyone. She made me laugh. Sharon, you want to see how to trim the red rubber? Yeah, definitely. The trick is we're going to use an X-Acto knife if you want to leave them on the blocks, you know. And I think the most important part is to like not be afraid. I mean, the worst that can happen is you wreck something, but it's not really the end of the world, big picture. And for me, the more important thing was I didn't like getting ink blobs on things, so I was willing to risk it. All right, let's stick these on here, here, here. And then we're going to finish with some regular rhinestones. So yeah, I totally like the non-traditional Valentine cards, the colors anyway. And this applies, this message applies to just about friends or family, anyone. Happy to have you in my life. Mwah. Yep. All the mushy stuff that Gail loves. Funny. Sharon, you don't have any stamps on block? Do you mean like on wood? Interesting. All right, so that's our cards. So here was our first set of cards that we made. And then here's our second. Now we're going to do some treat containers. So I left the treat containers for the end. Oops, something dropped. Because they're going to use like the biggest chunks of designer paper. So the first one, and you're going to pick which pattern you want. This is one of the Sweet Conversation boop, 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 treat boxes. Oh, here we are. Everything's on my desk. Sweet little boxes. Now it says that they are food safe and you get 10 in a pack. I never really believe the food safe part though. Once you're like putting your hands all over it and as you're making it, I wouldn't put any raw food or candy in it. But things wrapped, yeah, sure. So it's already folded, scored, I should say, and it's got tape on it. So it's got, let's fold all these little tabs, and it's got the, this tape on it. I don't trust this entirely, so I'm going to use more of my Tombow glue on that. So this is how it's going to go together. This is the inside. These bits that are the tape, they're going to go right here. We want these flaps on the inside. So this is going to come up here and this is going to go around it. So that makes our box. All right. So let me show you this. So again, tabs, they're going to stay on the inside. These flaps are going to come up here. Oops. Like it's going to go straight like that. And I suppose I could put more tape in here, but you could just leave that. I don't think it's going to fall apart. But these are going to attach to the outside. All right, so let's push these down, pull the tape up, and I'm going to add my glue. Just remember this. A, I don't trust the tape. B, this Tombow glue gives you the most wiggle room. so you can move things around. All right, but I really like it. It's much sturdier. All right, so tabs on the inside. Come on, here we go. Oops. Look at that. All right, this is sticky, sticky. So up. This is a two-hand job. And then up here, and closed. And that, I'm just going to squeeze it and hold it together. It comes together perfectly. Here's the thing, so sticky, that Tombow glue. So let me take my bone folder, just press it up against here. So we're going to make a wrap for this, but hey, Marsha from Texas. So, but you have to make the box. You have to form the box first, all right? So I really got to get this grubbiness off. This Tombow glue is sticky. All right, so you would put your treats in, and then this folds right down in here. And I mean, this really is a firm hold on here. So what I want to do, when you decide what piece of paper you need, you measure around. So each side is 2.5. So times, front and back, 2.5 times 2, that's 5. Hello, page 167. You can buy cling adhesive sheets. Will those work? I'm going to have to look into that, Cheryl Lee. It might. You would have to make sure the foam stayed attached to your stamp, though. I'm going to look into that. So Tuesday when I come back and do that, that's a good idea. A good question. Rose, you dirty mind. All right, so for this, 2.5 times 2 is 5, and then we need 3/4 of an inch. So 5 plus 3/4, 1.5. 1 3/4. I'm gonna say 7. 5 and 2.5, 1 3/4. So let's just say 7, and for a round, because I want a little bit extra. And then I don't want it to go like from the tippy top to the bottom. I want to have a little bit of leeway. So I'm going to say 3 and 3.25 looks a little light. So let's say 3 3/8. So 3 3/8 by 7. Now here's where you're going to pick whatever pattern you want of your paper pack. Now since it's 7, you really do need 12 by 12. So 3 3/8. I'm actually going to pick this one. Ooh, because that is cute. There's so many choices. All right, I have a whole nother sheet of that, so I don't have to be like such a weirdo. That's cute too, but those hearts are like a bigger pattern. This, I like that it's so busy. All right, so we said 7, 3 3/8 by 7. 3 3/8 by 7. Cheryl, you got me thinking about that. So Gail, you said it will work to make the stamp stick to the block. Yes, okay. So 7, 3 3/8 by 7. 3 3/8. 3 3/8 by 7. And pay attention to the direction. I think some of my lollipops are going to be, oh, nope, here we go. 3 3/8 by 7. All right. Yeah, that is interesting. I never would have thought of that cling, that sticky stuff. But that's because I get the other cling. Sometimes when I rip my stamps off the wood, like the foam rips. And then what do? Hey, Julie. All right, so we've got our box together. And this was the top, right? Now, I always think that this area where you put this lid down, I think of that as the back. So I want this to go, yeah, that is right there. I'm going to start this on the back right here, like about just under 1/2 inch. So let's put some glue right down here. Now, if you had sticky strip or the other tape that I just don't think it's going to hold this box very well, or on the box. It's not necessarily coated like shiny, but you can tell this is treated somehow. All right, so I've just got this top to bottom, and I'm trying to make sure it's straight. There we go. Hold that for a minute. So all we're going to do is fold this around the box and press it, give it a crease with our fingers as we go around, around, around. And if you want to add more glue as you go around, you can do that. It's not necessary, but you can do it. All right, now sometimes I like to take this and fold it. Like I'm creasing this with my hand, but now let me just push it down with my finger, just for a little bit of a more crisp line. And normally I don't attach it first. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm still thinking about that cling mount stuff because I don't even know if I have any of that stuff. All right. But I have always used like the leftover bits, so I might be able to try it. And by leftovers, I'll show you what I mean. All right, and then, look, I almost got that perfect. So that's hanging off a little bit. So that means I should have just started this over a smidge more to the left. But I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is just lop this off. So that was 7 by 3 3/8, and I think that's pretty spot on. All right. Nice. Now more glue. Actually, let's put the glue right here. Right up to the line. And I do like this art glitter glue because, I mean, you can put it right up to the line. With the Tombow, like, it really squishes out and goes everywhere. And this, if it does squish out, you just run your finger on it and it's gone. Nice. All right, so now we're going to take, you are going to get in your kit a collection of tags and some hearts. So these were just pre-cut. You know, I ran it through with the die cut. And don't forget, we've got our extra little bits left over from yesterday when we were making our sampler. Yes, Darlene, when you put them in the microwave stamps, they come up. That usually, I can't do that when I'm in my craft room though, but it does help. And you know, I don't always have to put them in the microwave. Sometimes some of them will peel up really nice. It's hit or miss. But so for this one, we're going to want one tag. This one I'm going to want, I think, for my next box because it's bigger. Let me check my phone. All right. So we're going to use red ribbon. And with this one, I think I want the Blushing Bride tag. And nope, I think I just want to stamp this one XXOO across like we did with our sampler, like tone on tone. Just to give it a background. And I'm filling in, and then I'm going to add this O. Nice. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now I want to stamp on a scrap of white the Happy Valentine's Day in red and cut it. Oh, look at that. That was left over from yesterday too. So I can use that and that. These were totally left over. Gonna come in handy. All right, so Happy Valentine's Day. And this, I'm just gonna hand cut. I like that this tag has a hole already punched in it. It's just convenient. All right, let's let this air dry a little bit. All right, now this is just we're gonna cut it like we would if we were making a ransom sign. Like cut all the words out separately. Happy Valentine's Day. And I feel like I got that a little too wide at the bottom. Okay. Like, see how that? Too much. So, snip, snip. All right. Now, these are really tiny. So, I don't want to, mini dimensionals. I was going to say, I don't want to just glue them on flat, but this is when it comes in handy. So you would think, how many different types of adhesive do you really need? But as you can see, dimensionals, we need them in different sizes. I have the foam tape that I use a lot. I have 3 different kinds of glue, 2 different kinds of crystal effects. Like, it gets crazy. But each thing has its purpose. All right, peeling these little things up. So I'm going to put my words on first and then the hearts. So I want this kind of wonky. Valentine's. There we go. Happy Valentine's Day. And then that can go there. You know what? I may just do the one. Because I don't like that that's blushing bride. Like, too much blushing bride. But let's pick through our pile again from yesterday. And I can add 2 of these. Okay, this is going to work. So how this tag finally came together was not planned out. Because I figure you're going to get this pile of goodness and you're going to get to create whatever you want. But let's just glue these on. Actually, I'm going to glue the red one on and pop up the purple one. Glue that on. Oops. Slipperoo. And then pop up this teeny tiny purple one. And it is 8:45, right on time. We're going to watch Dune tonight. So Dave went and got that at Redbox. And I'm looking forward to that because I remember watching the one from like 84, but I never understood it. I think because my friend and I were late going to the movies. Like, we missed the first 10 minutes or so. Yes, Deborah, a lot of ransom signs. All right. Now this, all we're going to do is tie some of our red ribbon around and hang this tag on. Now, for my purposes, since I haven't put anything in this, I'm going to tie it around sideways because then I can go back and open it, put whatever I need to inside. So just cut a little bit, enough. And I'm not going to do a bow just because I don't want to. All right, let's tie this. So I'm going to give it one tie, hold this with my hand. This might get tricky. Now I'm going to fish this through. And my ribbon does have a little angle at the bottom there, or on this end. Oh, you know what else I can do is use my bone folder. This is what we used to do. This used to be called a ribbon poker. So just poke that through. There we go. So tying that on, and you could attach this if you wanted with baker's twine or something too, but I'm just going to tie it right on with the red ribbon in a knot. Totally cute. And that's not going to go anywhere. I mean, I'm sure you could slide it off if you really wanted to, if you really worked at it, but cute enough. So this is, I don't know how big this is in relation to the boxes of conversation hearts. This seems like it's a little bit smaller than that, if I'm remembering correctly, but cute. So you're going to get one of those. And if you get the whole pack of them, there's 10 in a pack. So if you plan accordingly. All right, let me move my hearts over here. Get this garbage out. So now for Sue's treat box, you need, well, you're going to have this piece that is die cut with the Encircled in Beauty dies, and then I just fold it in half. Don't worry if it doesn't fold in half exactly, because we're using this as just a topper to cover up the seam. So you need any piece, go to your pack of paper. We want a piece that is 8.5 by 8.5. And like I said, I messed up following Sue's instructions, which were very clear, but somehow I did something wrong. But I like how it turned out anyway, so I'm going for it. All right, I wanted, I think I'm going to use this one. Let's see how wide this is. Hopefully this is 8.5. Oh, good. It's bigger than that. Now, I did make these with 12 by 12, 6 by 6, and 8 by 8. But then I made my test one 8.5, and I really like that. So take whatever piece of paper you want and cut it 8.5 by 8.5. 8.5 by 8.5. All right, now you need a scoring tool. This box comes together so quick. And Sue, I don't remember the name of this. So you're going to have to tell me. I just call it Sue's box. All right, so if there's a pattern to your paper, we want it to go up this way. So we've got 8.5. We're going to score it at 8. All right, that gives us a 1/2 inch margin to attach the box. So 8. Then we score it in half. So we've got, this is 8, so half is at 4. That's the only, line that we're going to score down the entire thing. Now let's turn it once to the right. 1/2 of 4. So this panel is 4. We're actually going to fold this in half. We want 2. So 4, 2. So down on the right hand or left hand side, we're going to score it at 2 across the whole thing. All right. So let's go back again. We started out with it facing up. We scored it at 1/2. So at 8 inches and at 4 inches. Then turn it once to the right and score it over here at 2. Now, turn it to the right again, but this time flip it this way. We only want to score up until this score line. So I can feel the 2-inch mark. I know you can't see it, but we're going to score it at 2. And I have to really put my eyeballs on this. 2, it's already scored at 4, and then we're going to score it at 6. Only until you reach that bump. All right. And that part you may have to go back and watch later. Oops, again. So we scored it at 8 inches and then went back at 4 inches all the way down. Then turn it and score it at 2. And then turn it again. Actually, you can see it better here. So this is at 2, 4, 6. And it only goes up to this score line. So now let's take this. I'm cutting this at a little bit of angle. Cutting this little tab off. All right. So we're going to put glue and or tape down here to attach everything. Then these score lines, I'm just going to cut in a little angle on both sides. All right, because we want flaps. This is going to be our bottom. So just a little angle, like a very tiny, tiny little triangle. And this is really easy to work with. Okay, now we're going to fold it. I didn't really use my bone folder because I didn't want to risk cracking any of this paper. So I'm just doing it with my hands. So fold all your scores. And just press again with your fingers. Now we're going to attach. So you can use glue, you can use sticky strip, you can use score tape, you can use the stamp and seal, like the strong tape. I would normally probably use my Tombow glue, but then I would just have to hold it in place. So our tab is fold it in because we want the tab on the inside. So then just fold this over and it should meet exactly. So nothing's hanging over. And if it is, it's not the end of the world. But pretty good. All right, so press, press, press. Now, it's going to go together. Let's see, just squeeze it out a little bit. And now we're just going to start folding our bottom pieces in and adding glue. Oh, more glue. And I put it in the first one, and I don't think it matters what side you start. So just put glue like right down the center here. Flip that in, and you'll be able to tell. So see, the end of this is flush. The end of this flap is flush with this edge. All right. So then bring this one in and make it go. So the box bottom gets formed by these flaps. All right. And then this will be our last one. This is the flap that's holding it all together. So that's going to be my last one. Neat. So now we've got a box. Let's see, I need to shove my ruler down here so I can like press it. So the top of this treat box, see how it's like that? Like you can kind of pinch this together and it's supposed to stay closed. I don't trust it to stay closed. So we're actually going to poke holes and make a topper and all that. But I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. So you could just open it and it holds kind of a lot of stuff. Like, look how big that is. So this was 8.5 by 8.5. Our finished piece ends up at about almost 6.5 and 2 by 2 by 2 at the bottom. You can fit a lot of candy in here. And I can't remember the name of it, but it doesn't matter. So you would fill this with candy, whatever you're going to put in. Then I'm going to put this on. So it doesn't quite cover to the ends, but that's okay. So you can tape this if you want. I'm not going to tape it or glue it. I'm just going to go in and punch. So I've got a rectangle hole punch. And I'm just punching through all the layers. And I'm just eyeballing that. Let's get this off of here. Let me check my phone. Looks decent. Now, I gave you a yard. Your kit's going to have a yard of this Snowflake Splendor ribbon. And that is because I have extras of it. And it's pretty. And it goes nicely. I mean, it's sparkly, you know? So you can, let's see. Let's just cut about that much. You can double up on your ribbon. I'm actually going to use the red ribbon to hang the tag from. So for this one, I'm just going to come in here, fish this in through the back. And that rectangle punch is old. I've had that for, geez, probably 20 years or something. But I love this style of box. And Sue made all sorts of sizes. Oh, I did have, so this was the first one I made that I messed up because I scored it all the way down in the middle. So this was 6 by 6. So see, in comparison, this started out as a 6 by 6 piece of paper. This one started out 8.5 by 8.5. So that was kind of neat. And the 12 by 12 one was even bigger, and I already used that for Christmas. All right. So I want to tie this. And I'm just going to tie this in a knot because I want to make a tag and hang that off. All right, I'm going to pull that. So let's go to our tag. So cute. The little lollipops. All right, so you're going to have, this is from the Boop 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 Tasteful Labels dies. You're going to have that and then all these extra hearts. And this is also from the Tasteful Labels dies. That's a piece of white. All these hearts and doodads. And we're just going to put together another tag and make it layered and all that. So for this one, I want Happy Valentine's Day stamped all the way across. And I'm going to get this done in the next 5 minutes. I swear. So like a background. And I'm not trying to get too crazy. Let's see. I do want to go back in and fill in all the blanks. Like where it ran over. There we go. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy, happy. And then one more for the top. So real quick background. And I do want to wipe this off. Quick, quick, quick. So the photopolymers do get stained real bad with red or pinks. All right. This YouTube person, nope. Block user, growth. All right. So we're going to have that. And let's see, we can have this or that. I think I wanted this and to pop it up. So that's all Happy Valentine's Day. I wanted to emboss white on Highland Heather. So we need Versamark. Excuse me. Oh, we're going to use some of these and some of our other little hearts. So embossing buddy, white embossing powder, Versamark ink. What was I going to emboss? Oh, this. Happy to have you in my life. No. I think I wanted the Happy Valentine's Day again. So I'm going to have to go this way so it fits. Let's get all that out. So, all right, embossing buddy, doot, doot, doot. Versamark ink. You can tell there's some red ink still on there. All right. And I am going to cut this up. That's why I'm doing it all sideways, just to get it to fit. All right, my coffee filter is my embossing powder catcher. And I like to hit it like 3 times with the powder. That sounds like a comment coming from Rose about that. All right. And hold a minute while I heat this up. Oops. So if you notice when I do embossing, I hit it on the back side of the paper first for a little bit. That is just me being a weirdo, and I think it helps it cook more evenly. Like the paper doesn't curl as much. And again, I'm chopping these up. More ransom notes, Deborah. There we go. And Happy Valentine's Day. You know, come to think of this, I wish this had little tiny X's and O's, because I would like that on this piece. But we're going to have to make do. Ooh, you know what I can do is put the stripes. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah. All right, we're going to do Petal Pink and Blushing Bride. Oops. This is an experiment. All right, Petal Pink. I mean, that's Blushing Bride. And I want this. There we go. I'm just trying to get like a different pattern. And then this will go sideways, sideways, and like that. Neat. Okay, I'm going to try that with some other colors for sure. But I'm liking it for what I wanted it for anyway. Froggy throat. All right, so this, popping it up, dimensionals, dimensionals. Oh, that's right, I used my last little batch. All right, new sheet. And I should just have a few red rhinestones left. So this is going to be cool. All right, so put that there. Valentine's Day. I can pop this up even further, or I'm just going to glue this on because I think this is going to get like a little bit more wear and tear. All right, so let's do this one that way at a jaunty angle. Happy. Boop. And day. Happy Valentine's Day. There we go. You guys, this is going to be really cool. Like, you can fit so much candy in here. I can't stand it. All right, now this, no. I want this one. I'm going to cut this one 4. There we go. Just even this out a little bit. So I want that like right there. And I'm just going to put a little glue, boop, boop, boop. Now don't worry that you can see this glue. It's going to dry clear, no problem. All right, now let's go to my pile of leftover hearts from between yesterday and today, things that we've already punched out. And then we've got this pile. And you know what? I should stamp these. So I already cut these with the dies, but you can go back in and stamp stuff later, you know, after the fact. Generally, you would stamp first and then die cut, but there is nothing to prevent you from doing it opposite if you need to. And in this case, we need to. So I want a blushing bride. I want a real red, petal pink. I want 5 of these. Let's do another purple. This one. Duh. And then we'll sprinkle in some of these little bitty ones. Ooh, wait a minute. What's this one? All right. No, I don't want that one. Okay. Petal pink, large. And if I don't get this exactly right, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, nailed it. All right. Now, Highland Heather. So all I'm doing now is just tarting up this tag by adding more stuff, whatever I can pile on here. I like my tags like really 3D. And let's get this little guy. Nice. And then I need Blushing Bride and Real Red. With the medium-sized heart, we'll do Blushing Bride first. I feel like I'm chasing this around my table here. Ugh, I'm not happy with that. I need to put it closer to my face. Good, much better. All right, and the Real Red. I really like this pattern that I got going with those little stripes. I think that's going to be good, like yellow and blue. Some different colors, not just Valentine-y. And I also think with these hearts, you can make butterflies, like, or, you know, flowers. You can put it around the circle, and these can be your petals. But you put 2 of these together, and it can be a butterfly. So just something to keep in mind. All right, now let's attach these. Some are going to hang off just glued. Man, I think my throat doesn't like me talking this much. All right, I'm going to hang this one. That had to land right there. All right, that's that. And then we'll hang this other big one right here. And then we're going to pop these other 3 up and then add the teeny tiny ones at the very end. All right, let's double these up. I meant the hearts, double them up, because I'm going to hang this one like right on. Man, I want it like right here. Okay. And then this blushing bride one. Let me check my, yep, we're still going. I was really panicked about the phone running out of juice. All right, and then we've got one more. Oop. There we go. Something was sticking out at the end. Ooh, look at that. I had ripped my paper. Ooh, you know what? I must have cut this out of a scrap. Interesting. Oh, so I'm going to have to cover this up. So my dimensional is sticking out. That's what was sticking. All right, but let's just put this right here. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's grab a hole punch. This is a 1/8 of an inch hole punch. All right, so that's there. Yep. And I'm just trying to get it in the middle. Cute. So that'll hang like that. Let's find our doodads, our rhinestones. Looks like I've got 4 of these red ones left. Ooh, yeah, little hearts. Let's do a little heart right here, a little white one. And then this one, so these hearts fit right in here. They should be the same size. There we go. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to leave that. And then we're going to add 3 blingy blingies. So odd numbers. Let's do it right there. Man, I like it. Okay. Where's my pin? Right here. And now I need a little piece of the red ribbon to attach it to our other bow. So I'm going to do like this much. Fish this through. All right. Oh, so cute. And you know what else we could do is take the Wink of Stella. But I'm not going to do that now. All right, so I'm tying a knot in this in the top. I loop both of them through. All right. And let's bring our box back. So we've got this tied in a knot. This is our Snowflake Splendor ribbon. Let's just tie this right through here. And, ooh, that's going to hang nice. All right, and now I'm going to tie a bow. I tie my bows just like I tie my shoes. Like, I don't do anything tricky. But I do find if I tie it upside down like this, it lays nicer the way I want it to. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to trim this. The fact that this is sticking up, I'm okay with. This Snowflake Splendor ribbon is a little bit stiff, but totally cute. I love it. Now, if you don't like this big knot hanging, I mean, you can just tug this, try to hide it in between here, like fold it in. Let's see, smash it down. There we go. So it's like behind the Snowflake Splendor. I like it. So that's our second treat holder. So we've got our 2 treat holders that we made. Let me get this out of the way. Clear this up. This really is a nice size. And I didn't tie this so tight that I can't get it back together to fill it with candy. Nice. All right, so we did that tonight. And then we made our 4 cards. So we've got our Saffron and Highland Heather cards. And then our Blushing Bride and Real Red cards. So that is the end of tonight. Hey, Peggy. Ooh, Fabi Malaki, Block user. We always get the crazy things from from YouTube. So a couple things I wanted to tell you before, 10 after 9. So this Thursday, I'm still going to be using the Love You, the Sweet Talk papers. I'm going to make a tri-fold folio. So a folio is, thanks, Sue. A folio, you can use it for your journals. You can make it like a mini scrapbook. You can add pictures, doodads. You can just have writing in it. I really like them. So we're going to make one of those. And I'm going to need a 12 by 12 piece for the base. So just to give you a heads up. Next week, like I said, Tuesday, I'm going to be back showing you how to change your stamps, like trim them, mount old ones. I'm going to look and see if I have any of that cling stuff because that was a good idea. But switching them from wood mount to the cling mount. And then next Thursday is the 20th. I'm calling it Let's Go Dutch. I got that tulip bundle. I did forget to get the paper for myself, so I'm going to have to use some paper. I got the celebration paper that has all the daffodils, so I'm going to have to use that and make do because there's no way I could get it in time. And then hopefully this Thursday, I will have my flyer ready for the Cactus Cuties class. So that one is going to be 8 cards, materials for 8 cards. You're going to have to order some stuff, or I'm going to have an option. You either order stuff and get it for free, or you can just buy the class outright. But that should be ready Thursday as well. So thanks, you guys, for hanging out, and I will catch you on Thursday in a couple days. All right, good night. Bye.